And we are live, people. This is Mick Ruby from MUFC Realist TV, and boy, do we have a story to tell for you today. Coming out as yesterday, breaking news regarding Enzo Fernandez and Chelsea Football Club. This came out yesterday that the negotiation for Enzo Fernandez to go to Chelsea has collapsed. Oh my days, Benfica gave up selling him outside the clause after several days of negotiation. The Portuguese club has already informed that the English club, the Chelsea, that now only the clause of 120 million is being paid in one installment payment. People, I'm here to give you the latest regarding Enzo Fernandez, a person that talks to Enzo Fernandez intermediates, and also look what the media is saying 2 weeks from now. Are you ready for some transfer talks? Here we go.
See him very heavily linked with Frankie de Jong.
Any of the Asian players got to be available again this weekend for those who are?
You want Frankie? No, it's about the right players, and there are many, but I cannot give comments on the player who's on the contract in another club when we are.
Radio, before we continue, so let's have a sip on our morning brew or coffee and enjoy this show. In terms of what I want to do here is to take a sip of my coffee. While I'm doing that, please hit the like button, subscribe, and all that jazz. Everything is down there below. So cheers. While I'm taking a sip, you can do that. Yes, so let's get right into it. So, okay. In terms of where this all transpires in the beginning, Manchester United was heavily linked with Enzo Fernandez thanks to Ralf Rangnick. There was links already back in the summer where Ralf Rangnick, kind of recommended Enzo. Yeah, he was then a player of River Plate, which is a, what are I called, the grassroots league. And me personally, I've been working in the grassroots leagues with the intermediates such as Jonathan Diarte from Diarte Sports, in terms of Argentina, in terms of Brazil. I know personally also the agent of Anthony Dos Santos, which you saw me reporting back in summer, where Anthony Dos Santos came to Manchester United. But it's quite interesting because I'm not here to tell you people that I'm right or wrong. It's just basically so for you to give a sort of realistic view of what's going on in the transfer market, what media is saying versus what's coming out from the horse's mouth, which is the player management and the agent's camp. So right in, and let's go into the factual, comparing. Of course it's silly season and journalists are there to report for the fan base all around the world. It's football, that's what it calls. But there's also something called, keeping in touch with the reality, which is the player camp. Now this story originated from Cesar Luis Merlo, who is actually a blue tick, credible journalist, Argentinian journalist, that came out to say, in the Christmas period and during the New Year's, to say actually that Chelsea has actually accelerated today for Enzo Fernandez and offered about a whopping 127 million to cover his release clause. We knew that the release clause in Enzo Fernandez contract with Benfica is about 120 million. Benfica wants to keep him. That's always been the case. Why Benfica wants to keep him? Because they don't really need to sell. They're accelerating well in the Champions League. They just bought Enzo Fernandez and they're not in a position to sell him. They see more Enzo Fernandez to complete a full year and then look at potential summer transfer move. That was one of the reasons why Manchester United originally had a conversation with Enzo Fernandez, Benfica, and his agents' camps as well, to inquire about Enzo Fernandez' potential move in the summer window. But of course, Bowley being Bowley, as Chelsea's being silly in a way, they're going all in and trying to hijack deals just to make sure that they secure the deal. So it goes on to say that Benfica really want to keep him, but opened a mind in chance of a negotiation in the payment methods and all other aspects. If closes that figure, River will receive a 31.75 million euros as a sell-on clause, which is quite good deal, which is pretty much what agents are doing. Like, you know, the mother club gets a sell-on fee, right? So this is quite crazy what's coming out. Now, what is actually the truth in this matter, in this story? Well, it's been some contradictory reports. I mean, since one journalist started to hook up on Fabrizio Romano, started to do the same, and now they're all backpedaling. Even brilliant Dimasio stated that deal was close. You know, that the Blues has been heavily linked with the move of Enzo Fernandez. Details was even discussed in several articles that the payment terms was over 127 million deal, which will be paid in 340 million installments, according to Dimasio. However, there's no agreement, according to my opinion, and there's never been such an agreement since the Blues have reportedly had the last bid rejected. So, in a certain way, what I'm trying to say that, yes, in order to release the release clause, you know, you got to speak to the club. You got to meet the demanding price of the club, and January is being the seller's hand. Chelsea might have gone all in trying to negotiating, trying to put in, like, you know, 3 times installments of 40 million, but at the end of the day, Rui Costa is a tough customer. How do I know that? Well, I will show you a clip that I did a few weeks back ago in the Football Agent Transfer Talk show with David Lavelle, who is in quite good connections and talks with Benfica and Rui Costa.
Dive into the midfielders. A lot of people have been talking about Enzo Fernandez in Benfica. They just joined Benfica, but in the summer window. But reports are saying they are willing to let him go for the right fee. And the 21-year-olds were linked with a potential switch to Old Trafford in the summer, but Benfica won the race for this signature. You know, they signed him for a 12 whooping million pounds from River Plate. Now, after a successful World Cup, like, of course, Benfica is reporting wanting about 100 million euro for him if people want to sign him in January. That's madness, isn't it?
Well, as I said earlier on, with Rui Costa, Benfica are a club that stick to their guns. It was a club that we put an offer in for a player that they had in the summer, and the offer wasn't far off the mark of what they were asking, and Rui Costa stuck to his guns and said, "We're looking X amount for the player," and would not budge on that. So
Rui Costa didn't budge at all. He said no.
No, he didn't. He did not budge one penny, and that's a gods. I spoke to him directly.
So if it's 100 million, it's 100 million. That's it. No negotiation. That's it.
I think that's what it'll be. You know.
Rui Costa. He's a tough customer, isn't it? Right.
Well, he's not a tough customer. He's a straight talking customer, which sometimes is the best. He tells you what the player's going to cost. There may, on certain individual players, there may be slight wiggle room, but there's not going to be significant wiggle room. So, and sometimes that.
I personally like him. I personally would like to see him come to United, but I don't see this happening this January transfer window. So I put like a 2, like a 20%.
Yeah, I can't see it myself. Listen, United aren't going to pay 100 million.
No,
not for an unestablished player. You know,
it's okay to do that. You know, in order to secure the player early. But one thing is to speak to the club. Another thing is to actually convince the player agent and its customer, in this case is Enzo Fernandez, that this is the right sporting project for Enzo, which come to my understanding that was never the case. Enzo was never keen to join Chelsea in first place, as his heart is set for a potential summer transfer window, being Manchester United as one of them. Now, how do I know this? It's clear and obvious that I keep in touch with the football player managers and the intermediates. As a matter of fact, it was never most likely to be a deal. You know, Chelsea reportedly to go in with 85 million is kind of a little bit of a smokescreen. But after speaking to the player agent camp, Jonathan Diarte, and who is a partner of Uriel Perez, which is actually Enzo Fernandez' agent, and together they work in partnership with Bregnarik, who is also Lisandro Martinez' agent. These three people actually was facilitating Lisandro Martinez to come to United. So you put two and two together, based what I'm reading from my screen here as well, from the messages that I've been receiving, that Enzo Fernandez never wanted to come to Chelsea, as he fancies a big sporting project. What matters for the client and the player agent and the player is based on the sporting project and the merits. This is something that Chelsea never could have offered. In matter of fact, he's also very good friends with Lisandro Martinez. So all I'm trying to say is, I'm giving you the alternative facts from my side of it. I'm debunking what media is saying. At the end of the day, it's transfer market, it's rumors, but when it comes down to, it's silly season. What really goes down in the football market, in the crazy world of football, where deals can change and happen at any time, where reporters are desperate to report on reports to get clicks. I get it, but as a football consumers, we are the ones that are paying the price. Now, what's next for Chelsea? If I was a Blues fan, I would be freaking worried, to be honest. I mean, Todd Bowley has been clueless in the market ever since he entered as a sporting director, as an acting CFO, accountant, whatever he is, trying to hijack deals with no vision and plan. It's kind of similar what I can compare to what Manchester United and Arsenal's been doing, especially Manchester United of the late, under the era of Woodward. Chucking money left, right, centre, trying to buy players based on the wallet, but not on the sporting project. And now reports even coming out that they're backing off the deal, going after Arsenal targets. Mudryk. That's quite funny. He can go, as a United supporter, you can go and chase Arsenal targets. We don't mind, because at the end of the day, Erik ten Hag is building a squad for the future. Erik ten Hag is building a team that is gonna win the league. Now, in summary, in conclusion, what I'm trying to do here, I'm delivering you the factual evidence that's been in the media, and then I'm presenting you with the facts coming out from the player agents. And what I want you to do at the end of the day is take those two elements, and it's up to you to decide. Oh, well, it is up to you to decide at the end of the day, people. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear from your opinions. I want to hear what you have to say. What do you think? Is this a plausible way to do it? Is Chelsea dipping the toes in the water where they don't belong? I don't know. You let me know. I mean, let's go to the comment section, what you people been saying. Good morning, everyone. Let's see where you're coming from. Let's see, we have Solo in the house. Big up, Solo. Thank you for watching, Solo. As usual, always a pleasure to have you on the show. We have Mark 2.0. Do you have Manchester United pajamas? Well, yeah, in a way. Does it look like it? Well, I'm always kid up with Manchester United because I'm a Manchester United man. I love Manchester United. Yeah, Takeover, somebody's saying, well, we'll be doing a special show on the Takeover in the next couple of days. 100%. Then we have James saying, hello, bro. No, hello, bros, to you, brewskis. And wherever you are in the world, do you think that Enzo Fernandez deal is a plausible way for United to come in the summer, considering that Todd Bowley is clueless, has been dipping his toes in the water, has been trying to hijack deals that he has no clue what he's doing? Let me know in the comments below, please. Engage with us. Engage with us. Otherwise, I think you are spot on. I mean, there's exciting times coming up on the transfer market, barring the takeover. There's people saying Dubai's takeover. Yes, I am kind of 70%, always been 70% sure that the leading bid of $8 billion is Dubai. As a matter of fact, also I'm also expecting João Felix to have a bid completed very, very soon. I think that John Murta and co are kind of leading the race in negotiating. I know that Arsenal is also talking to him, but it's down to who will pay the money. Because we know that Atletico Madrid wants approximately 21 million package what was last reported, but of course you have Jorge Mendes there trying to lower down the loan fee. There was reporting to say 15 million in loan fee and cover João Felix's 6 billion salary. 6, not billion, but million. That would be a freaking expensive player. So that is kind of brewing. Also, what I said, like keep an eye out for Olivier Giroud as well. This is a striker target that we are kind of looking at as well. And speaking to David Lavelle, which I'm also going to do an update show where he's flying down to Turin, Turin and Juventus. So there's just things brewing in Turin. So I'm dying to find out what he has to say to me about Turin, knowing that Juventus board has resigned. They are in financial tatters. They are looking to offload a lot of players. And would it be possible for us to get Vlahovic? Oh, getting a bit excited about that. Fahim Faisal, the usual Fahim Faisal, the great positive Faisal. Thank you, Faisal. Hope you're well. Get inside of Enzo Fernandez deal, media reporting otherwise for clicks. Yeah, 100% sure. And this is what I'm trying to do here, people. I'm trying to give you the alternatives because, as you see, I've been working in this industry for quite a while. I have connections with the intermediates, with the grassroots in Argentina, Brazil. So I know how it is, but at the end of the day, media is reporting what media does for the clicks. It is silly season, and they do anything to sort of generate clicks. It's rumor mills. It can be that some journalist sits in the pub, hears in a conversation being overturned, and the next thing it's a scoop. He starts to write the story, and the next thing you have every Tom, Dick, and Harry writing the same, but rewriting it. So, Michael, good evening, good morning, Michael. Yes, Michael is one of my regulars. Yeah, United looking at kudos. Yeah, kudos to you, mate. Good morning, top of the morning to you, mate. Yeah, United is looking great. As a matter of fact, we are want to sort of promote. We are going live tonight at 7 p.m. to review the Everton game. We are obviously playing in the FA Cup tomorrow at Old Trafford, and we are going live to review all that jazz. We will have tactical analysis of the current form. We'll predict the lineup. We will also look at the overall score prediction, and I have a cracking panel waiting in the back line. They've been warming up. They've been doing stretches. They're ready to start, and I also have some bench warmers. Going down to another fan engagement, which is Fahim Faisal saying that because of USA owners, we suffered a lot as they didn't have a plan in place. Ball is doing the same. Now Chelsea will feel the same going for players that we are looked in others clueless. Fahim, you actually mentioned a point that that is absolutely valid. Chelsea's kind of acting the way that United's been doing under Woodward for many, many years. Not really going after the manager's targets, but for a club signing, for the name, throwing silly money at the player, hoping to convince. But as I said earlier, yes, you can trigger the release clause. Yeah, you can, because in La Liga and everywhere you have release clauses, which is ridiculous sums of money. But at the end of the day, it's down to the club if they want to sell for that price. But then it's also down to the player managers and the player itself if they really want to join that sporting project. So, morning, Michael. Morning, Fahim. Is the community saying big up to all of you. Listen, people, thank you for tuning in. I am really, really gassed. It's been a great show. Trying to do these morning shows every morning, 11 o'clock every morning, to have some consistency. I know it's been a little bit ups and downs as we started this community, as we started this channel about 6 months ago. We've been building a channel of loyal realists. They're here backing us, day in thick and thin. We're also trying to launch something groundbreaking, which we are going to launch very, very soon. It's going to be something really, really interesting. It's going to be called Spaced Out. We'll tell you more about it. But it's going to be something that nobody has done before. But people, let me know in the comments below. Please smash and like. Let me know what your realistic target thinks. Do you think that Enzo Fernandez will come to United in the summer? Because according to my opinion, United was talking to Rui Costa for a potential pre-agreement for the summer. Now it's clearly that Enzo didn't want to come. He wants a good sporting project. And why would he play for a mid-club team that has no vision, you know? So there we go. Yeah, Michael, I just mentioned the spaced out. Thank you for contributing. And yeah, there we go for sure. Michael Owie saying, I agree with you, Michael. We need Enzo Fernandez. But having that note, people, do we need Enzo Fernandez or do we need a Frankie de Jong in the summer? That would be a sickening midfield if we can land in both. I wouldn't sleep on Frankie de Jong, as you see, media is reporting that Barcelona wants to offload Frankie. They are in financial tatters. They need to free up about 200 million in wage bills, and Frankie's being one of the players that is the heavy lifters in the wage bill. But knowing what Benfica is and Rui Costa is, what Michael is saying, Benfica know they can hold out for the full amount in the summer to take a bidding war. 100%, Michael, I totally agree on that. And in the fact, what I said, Benfica don't really need to sell the player that's just only been with the club for 6 months, barring that they have Champions League to play. They want to keep hold of the player, right? Now, astonishing, like if you're going on the grassroots markets, when you pick up the player for 9 million euros and then you're trying to sell him for 120, that is a massive profit, people. And this is something that I think that United's scouting department should also aim at. Why don't we go to the grassroots from the very first beginning to bring in those Enzo Fernandez straight to United instead of letting them go to Eredivisie or Portuguese League? But Michael, you are saying Frankie de Jong 2.0. Yep. We just have to wait and see, people. Fahim Faisal saying 70-80 million for Frankie de Jong is a no-brainer. Yeah, 100%. And that is a tactic that Erik ten Hag is playing. Like, let Chelsea chase other targets. It's a diversion smokescreen while he's in talk with his prodigy son, Frankie de Jong. But listen, it's silly season. Anything can happen, people. This is what we call silly season. The window is open to the 31st of January. I'm trying to keep updated in the transfer markets by speaking to the agents, trying to have football agent David Lavelle frequently on a weekly basis. He's super busy as well. As you know, there's a lot of wheeling and dealing going on at the moment, a lot of deals that are interlinked with each other. So pay attention. Pay attention. And guys, you know what? I see you later on tonight. Tune in at 7 p.m. UK time for the review of the Everton game. Thanks, guys. This is Mick Ruby from MUFC TV. Please like and subscribe. It's not necessary, but if you do, humbly thanks if you do. Even join our community. The links are down low in the descriptions below. But please stay beautiful and hug each other. Be nice in spaces and Twitter and socials. Don't let the bed bugs bite. See you later, guys. Sign up. Ciao. Oi, oi, oi. Thank you for watching MUFC Realist TV and this episode. Listen, if you really like what you're seeing, please continue watching other content that we provide, because it's unique content providing by a fan for the fan, allowing you to be real red for real with real opinions, because at the end of the day, we are MUFC Realist TV. Even better, if you want to join our community, make us better, play for the team, hit that join button. Together, we will grow and make it better. Thank you for watching. And by the way, support the team for God's sake, because that's what we do here. Cheers.